Yijun Feng against Jishan Liang. Liang having beaten Jeremy Hazen of Canada in a very tough match, 3-1. And Yijun Feng went 5 with the player from Nigeria, Adienka. And the other semifinal, which was just established a few minutes ago, Kadenju beat Kaijian in a very close match, 11-8 in the 5th. And he will face Junhan Wu, who beat Jingxing Wang.
3-0.
And as we get started in the early stages here, Mr. Feng taking a 3-love lead.
4-0.
These players must know each other very well, both established in New York, either through college or table tennis. So we should see a match with 2 players going for their shots at the top of their game.
1-4.
Also have a slightly classic matchup of shake hand to penhold hair with Mr. Feng, the classic Chinese penhold, which is coming a little back more into fashion in the Chinese table tennis world.
Is it? I thought it was on its way out.
No, they've brought it back as they see certain advantages with the plastic ball. Plus, there's a policy of always having at least a single penhold player in the world champion in the top level team. But they see certain advantages, so I'm told, in penhold to the plastic ball.
But what if they don't have any players that want to play penhold? Do they force them?
I don't know. That would. You're venturing into political commentary here again, Al. This is the second time today. Have you eaten the wrong oatmeal this morning?
I'm sure that the penhold grip has nothing to do with Trump. Nice point there. Yijun Feng follows through on that forehand and he captures a 7-3 lead.
Beautiful,
nice
beautiful modern backhand. A modern penhold backhand there from Feng.
Nice.
3-9.
Just 2 or 3 feet further over to into the forehand side, which of course is inches on the table, and it gains the point.
There's a big forehand.
That is a big forehand.
A swing and a miss. It is baseball season.
It's an interesting point there. Feng pretty much offered that forehand up and was standing there waiting when it came.
Game 11-5.
Did the same thing, and what happened then was he tried to change the trajectory and put it more down the forehand side, so Feng wouldn't be waiting, but unfortunately missed.
Simon and I were going over our pronunciation of the names, which is, of course, quite ironic because no matter how good we think we've got them, they're not going to be good enough.
Oh, absolutely. It's really just identifiers for.
Yes. We apologize again to the Chinese community. Yesterday, in an interview I conducted with Yijun for Butterfly, which is on the web, and you can watch that. Since he's a sports management major, I said, how could we improve table tennis in this country, in the United States? And the main thing he brought up was that the younger players who are coming up, the players of quality, are not training together. They need to train together, and I assume pull each other along.
0-0.
It was an interesting comment. That interview is online if you'd like to see it in its entirety.
Of course, that would have to be predicated by them being able to make a really substantial living as they got older. The issue in the States being that as interested as
1-0.
the younger players are, the amount of time and effort that has to be put in, they have to be able to see the possibility of a living on the end of it. Or their parents do.
Right.
0-2.
A little lucky on the net, but still a beautiful backhand there. Penhold backhand from Feng.
0-3.
Just a little sharper is Yijun than Jishan.
I believe that Feng's shots here are staying low but kicking with a lot of spin. It seems to be disturbing Jishan.
5-0.
They're very incisive is the word I would use.
Nice.
0-6.
But is it too little, too late? This best of 5 match.
Was on.
It was on, absolutely it was on.
1-5.
Yes.
Referee
Referee missed that one. That happens. They worked it out, and everybody's happy.
And that's very important to you, Al, isn't it? That everybody's happy.
2-5.
It's what makes my cookie crumble.
Absolutely. What cooks your cookie? So we all know now what cooks Big Al's cookie. Beautiful.
What a flip.
What a, yeah.
5-3.
Again,
World class.
watch the forehand. Watch the footwork. Watch the footwork to be able to get there to do that. To get the racket in and close the elbow to really hit that hard.
He must be a dance major when he's not playing table tennis. Incredible footwork.
5-4.
I think some more opportunities have been offered up, and he's taken them. That's why we're coming back to a 4-5.
Wow.
Another opportunity. Recognise the serve,
5.
topspin serve, and put it away.
A beautiful backhand.
Six, 5. Five, 7.
That's 7 straight points. A definite sea change here.
Five, 8.
We just want to take a moment to
5.
add that the semifinals and finals will be played without delay, and they're streaming online at butterflyonline.com and on Facebook at facebook.com Bowmar Sports /Bowmar Sports.
And on the table here, Jishan's taken 9 straight points
Wow.
Just losing one now to make it 9-6, but
9-6.
something has definitely been recognized. It's Virtue's always started to recognize all of Feng's serves.
Down 1-5, and he reverts to 9-6. What did he do?
I think there's been a recognition,
7-9.
something, he's recognized something that he wasn't seeing before.
It's so hard to pick up on the strategy changes in the sport when everyone is clearly offensive.
That's more the kind of ball that Feng was playing earlier, keeping the ball very low with topspin. And making it very difficult for Jishan to time the ball. But they can carry on back doing that again now. Maybe a little late after missing that.
10-8.
Goes wide, and he gets a point on him.
10,
He's not done
9.
yet. Can he even it up? Can he make it 10-all?
We're going to find out, Big Al.
Oh,
Game 9.
went for the big backhand, but he wasn't there.
Those are the shots that have been were winning him the points earlier, though. They it's a very incisive shot. The ball stays low with a large amount of topspin. Makes it very difficult for the opposing player to time their loop to find the top of the bounce. As if, of course, the ball drops a little off the top of the bounce and they have to slightly lift it. So the shot changes slightly. That's often, I think, why you're seeing Jishan put the ball in the net because he's not found the top of the bounce. He's slightly late on it, and therefore the ball drives downward into the net.
Right. Yijun is talking with Yudi, who is one of the main coaches here at this fabulous club. And Jishan, I think that's his girlfriend. If that's not his girlfriend, then I may have just gotten a lot of people in trouble and embarrassed myself. But he was talking to someone over there who was coaching him, who's been here with him since Thursday.
Having known you for many years, however, Al, I know that embarrassment is no stranger for you, and there'll be no issues.
1 game each.
From
Game
your
3,
side of that
0-0.
embarrassment, anyway.
I'm comfortable with embarrassment. You've made it easy through the years, Simon.
Ah, well. I'm that kind of guy. I'm here just for you, Al. Just for you.
1-0.
Incredible point. Not long lasting.
Jishan's big shot in that point was to play the softer ball and pull Feng in, but he was equal to it and managed to loop the ball back nicely.
1-2.
Wow. Incredible shots by both players, incredible reactions.
2-2.
You wonder to what degree the serve was placed long on purpose, knowing that he'd be there to block it.
Left.
And I only wonder because I don't know.
Unlucky there. Unlucky for
2-3.
Jishan.
Hit the edge, right?
It did.
Beautiful change in tempo there on that point.
3-3.
The powerful pushing out backhand followed by the slow dead block that brought Feng back in.
Let. Three, four.
Swing and a miss. The modern game with the speeds and the spins. Very hard for an athlete to negotiate all that.
4-4.
Big risk by Jishan. He must be feeling pretty comfortable with some of the risks he's taken. He knows his opponent well. I'm sure that's a factor.
5-4.
I think Jishan's got to the point of he knows what's coming, and he's trying to overpower the game. He's trying to really win it with power. He's worked out whatever the issue was in the first game and a half, and now he's really unloading
4-6.
all his bigger, better shots. Not allowing Feng to get that opening low ball in. Similar point again.
4-7.
Wow.
Now that's what you call a block right there.
That's a block where you could quit your
7-5.
day job. That's like the block of the tournament.
That is one big block. It's a BB.
He couldn't have done that block, though, if Jishan hadn't given him a powerhouse loop.
8-5.
Yishan definitely made some form of decision when he was 5-1 down in that second game to just
for
go
it.
for shots, and they've been mainly coming off. There's another.
7-8.
As is often the case when people go for big shots, you blow hot and cold. You have
Right.
hot periods, cold periods. When the timing's right, the timing's not quite.
Mm-hmm.
Feng has definitely fought through it though.
8. Nine, 8.
Another great backhand block from Feng, which you would expect from a pen holder to have a strong backhand block.
Point away from going up 2-1 here in this first semifinal.
And really fought back well in this game, to be quite honest.
Yes, he did. Well, he lost that big lead in the previous game. Oh, Jishan continues to step around his forehand, not his backhand, but his forehand to hit a backhand. And it's paid off repeatedly.
I believe he must be recognizing the serve before it comes when he does that, because he's put them on too often not to otherwise be recognizing it.
10-11.
Be nice at a crucial time like this to pull out a serve you haven't used all match, but you run the risk of missing it if it's a tricky serve.
Well, also, you run the risk that you don't know what your opponent's going to react with.
Let. Game 10-12.
Sort of
Close.
an anticlimactic end there with a miss on a push, but it was a forced error, I believe.
Well, Yijun is representing the U.S. team in Sweden in, I think it's May, along with Pranak Jha, and I can't remember the third player. And he's been training in several leagues, various places of the world, he told me yesterday. And attending school, I believe, in New York, or maybe Texas Wesleyan. Getting some coaching from Yudi right now. Triangle Table Tennis Club coach. Did you watch the World Team Cup in London last month or 2 months ago? He represented them.
1 game to 2, 0-0, game 4.
Here we go. Game 4.
Feng straight out of the box there with a long serve and an opportunity to attack through it.
I think this is going to be decided by who's more aggressive and how accurate they are with their aggression. There's another super aggressive backhand for a 2-0 lead. He's not going to let Jishan have this match easily.
Double bounce serve there. And oh, that's a nice old-fashioned backhand, just like Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler.
That is a Jimmy Butler job. Punch through, beautiful punch backhand.
Hiya!
The punched forehand not going quite as well, however.
Three.
What a forehand rip down the line. I went for that one too, but
4-4.
almost no margin.
Five, 4.
Oh, rare miss.
5-5.
Wow.
5-6.
I think they've joined the loop 2 movement.
Loop to loop.
Don't attempt these shots unless you're 2,500.
6-6.
Have you ever done the loop to loop? Big Al?
I have. I have when no one is watching.
Wow. when you used to do your in the dark stuff with Richard Bowling, hey? My co-commentator here used to do an exhibition with a gentleman called Richard Bowling where they painted a table tennis ball luminous and played in the dark. The main reason for that being that nobody wanted to see Richard or Al, of course.
Well, we had to do something.
As is often the case as we get into the fourth and fifth games of matches, they've both learned the technical side of each other's games, and the points are starting to open up a little bit.
Right. That's the second or third time he's gone for that high risk, all or nothing forehand and no payoff. I'm sitting directly behind him, and that ball was in the middle of the net. But he's 2,600. I'm not.
I believe that that's a shot that comes around when you've not quite timed yourself to the correct place on the ball, and that's the recovery shot. That's the shot to go to if you have no other alternative.
Correct.
Still leading, however, 9-7.
Let.
Feng again offering an open point by a very fast long serve, but Jishan was ready for it, and that is the result if you get that wrong.
I'm sure he had his reasons.
Usually it's surprise, but unfortunately for him, Jishan was not surprised.
Ten, 8.
And this time with a slight miss serve, caught the front edge and looped upward. I was fortunate to get away with that.
Let. Game 8.
Oh,
That was an emphatic finish to the point to the game there with a beautiful forehand flip.
here in the semis, it's 4 out of 7. Preceding rounds, it was 3 out of 5. Caden Zhu or Junhan Wu awaits the winner of this match, and the other in the final.
Time. Time. Okay, 3 games to 1, 0-0, game 5. Zero, 1. Two, 0.
Yijun's going to have to do a lot more of that to even this match. He's got to open up, be the aggressor.
Two, 1. Let.
That was an interesting point. A couple soft blocks.
1-3.
Right. Very, very passive from Jishan.
1-4.
That's the second ball that is overhit in this game. That's more like it. Very powerful drive loop. Ball staying very low over the net. Not arcing up very much. Very difficult to re-loop that ball.
Still getting the feeling that Jishan is sort of driving this match. Just seems more in control of his shots.
I think he's taking more risks, and the risks are coming off, and I think it's got something to do with his knowledge of Feng's game.
What a block.
4-3.
I get the feeling that Jishan is more confident than Feng, and he's more prepared to go for the bigger balls.
Based on the facial expressions, I think you're right. Yijun twisted his back a little bit on that last point, going for that forehand. What a point. The point of the match.
Feng, absolutely. Stepped in and put it away down the middle.
3-5.
I think it should absolutely be pointed out how athletically fit both of these players are.
Yes.
And how that allows the speed of reaction. Tremendously fast moving.
Yijun is still seems to be stretching out that back, and he calls timeout. Did he hurt something, or does this have to do with strategy? He's feeling his back.
Looked like it was his rotator cuff, actually. Back of his...
I think it's his lower back.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Have you ever faked a timeout pretending to be injured, Simon?
No. I may have faked a few timeouts to relieve some anger, as many people who know me will have seen. But certainly not for injury that I'm aware of. Have you, Big Al? I have to call him Big Al since he made his top number of 2001. It was 2001, wasn't it? Yeah.
I think so.
I think so.
I've seen a lot. We both have seen a lot of crazy antics from players over the years at tournaments, and
right.
It's one of the reasons we play. Is you can't find this behavior anywhere else other than the table tennis world.
Absolutely, the angst in table tennis is monolithic.
Yes.
I think maybe the ultimate being Bubblegate.
Yes, Bubblegate. We were there for that.
We were there for Bubblegate.
For the teams.
For the national teams maybe 10, 12 years ago or so?
Fortunately, this match is starting again, and we won't talk about that. What a point.
Wonderful
Incredible counter looping from both. Well, I guess counter looping means you had both. I
really
was
does,
redundant.
doesn't it? Yeah,
yes.
there was no holding back on either side from that. No defensive shots.
Great point.
Well, now Feng going 7-4 up is certainly making Jishan work for this. So maybe we'll be lucky enough to get another game. Now again, he definitely reads that serve. There is something that he has noticed in Feng's wind-up, that he sees that serve coming.
Yeah. Yijun actually smiled a bit when he came back to the barrier to pick up that ball. I'm not sure it was the kind of happy smile that we're thinking about, but he was...
You mean Feng did?
Feng, yes. Nice block to the corner, pulling Jishan wide. I don't think his back is hurting.
Nicely shortened push that didn't allow him to get his full stroke in. Had to adjust and missed.
Not 9-6.
False serve there from Feng at a not quite crucial point, but could end up being crucial.
Uh-oh.
7-9.
Both gone into a short pushing mode.
He's got to be able to close this.
Maybe has to take a risk on one of these two serves.
He did.
He
and
did.
It paid off.
Well, also I think Jishan allowed him to by that serve was just slightly long, just marginally long, allowed him to get a full swing in. Let Feng get a full swing in. That one, however, wasn't, and had the payoff result.
10-8.
I think he definitely, Yijun has to go on the attack here if he's going to get this game and bring it to 3-2. And he does it by going on the attack.
The boss is in the house there. So the owner of the wonderful sponsors here, Butterfly, is come here watching the game. And the European and American commentators here just had a discussion about the pronunciation of the two Chinese players' names, which Al's apologized a couple of times. I'm going to reiterate.
We're going to call Yijun just Feng now to see if, because Yijun and Jishan is confusing to us. And we know it's not confusing to 4 or 5 billion people who live across the way, but we're confusing each other.
2 games to 3.
This match is heated up.
Game 6.
Let's see who's got the momentum coming into game 6.
Zero, 1.
It certainly seems to be the case that when Jishan can manage to get his loops in closer to the table, and it doesn't, when they're not both at distance, that he has the advantage. Feng's advantages seem to be in very powerful blocks, and when they both get away a little bit from the table, then he seems, being the taller guy could be the reason for this. He has a longer swing, and he has a little more time, just a little split second more.
Wow.
3-0.
Wow. What improvisation.
I can't describe how difficult that is to do, because when it clips the net and comes up in that way, you don't quite know where the bounce is going to roll. You don't quite know the serve, so the shot was wonderfully powered through it, so that it became irrelevant. Wonderful shot.
2-3.
So a challenge point again as to who was going to flip first, and
Gets the air on the push. That's always a good feeling when you get a push point.
Well, it's so important for these guys not to push it just an edge too long, because the consequences are so dire that he ends up dropping it in the net because he's trying to keep it so short.
I think we're seeing a momentum change right here.
A little bit. The points are tighter.
It's more based on errors, though, than aggressiveness.
Agreed. Agreed. And of course, as good as these players are, there is a level gap between this and the truly top world class, which very rarely see error-driven games.
Five, four.
Seems as though when Feng can get that low-driven ball in, it really causes Jishan a lot of difficulties. What an incredible block. I believe a chop block. His back was to us, but I believe that was a chop block. Superb shot.
It would have been hard to keep that on. It'd be nice to see Feng just, when he's back from the table, use a medium speed backhand to pin Jishan in his backhand, like that.
Like that, exactly. Oh, that was unlucky.
He's gone for just incredibly difficult backhands today, and must be admired for going for it, but some consistency might pay off.
Uh-huh.
Six.
Both playing strongly to each other's shoulders, making each other produce tremendous footwork.
There we go.
There it is.
7.
Very, very prescient, Big Al.
That was very impressive English language, Simon.
Well, a good English education, what can I tell you? He set it up, but he missed the emphasis again. But exactly correct, Hal. The medium speed backhand setting up the point. Unfortunately, he missed it.
He would never miss that forehand again, I have a feeling.
Both of them
Great
again
point.
playing for each other's shoulders.
Great point.
There are really only 3 targets in table tennis: wide to the forehand, wide to the backhand, and directly at the shoulder.
And between the eyes.
Absolutely, if you can manage to whiff it that well. But if the opening isn't there, they obviously respect each other on the widths, but they're playing virtually exclusively to each other's shoulders.
9.
This is go time for Feng.
Seven, 10.
Again, that serve that Jishan seemed to recognize. With that recognition, his consistency in doing that with his backhand, I can't believe that he doesn't have some sort of recognition of the serve when he's done it so often and got them on so often. Again.
Game and match.
Finish the match in the way that we just described.